Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Golden Lap and the Night Career Mode. We are here for Season 8, Race 4, I do believe. And we are going to be racing in Germany at the Schwarzwaldring. And the big news to start today's episode is Bregman is back. So Luana Lovera stepped in for the last race, got 4 points, really good show, and is now stepping aside for George Bregman to make a return. Now, don't forget, I have said I am favouring George Bregman this season, and so far it's not really gone well because Holgersson's on 40 points, Bregman's only on 8, and Holgersson has picked up 2 podiums in the first 3 races. So hopefully today we will see a bit of an improvement from Bregman and really try and get him the race win. What I think I might do is race the race normally, and then at the very end of the race, if I can, I'll try and get Bregman out in front. Or do I go for Bregman in front at the very beginning? I don't know. Either way, he will have the best parts. So we're going to have to deal with that. However, first things first is the press conference. And now the first question. Pen letters from Ridgemont Fast Times here. Much of the world is standing in shock and the dramatic turnaround the night has shown in the race results from last week and yesterday. By all accounts, such performance could not have been achieved by any other than true world-class athletes. Just how proud of you are you boys? Very proud. I mean, and Lovera as well. Don't forget Luana Lovera. Very proud. You know, Holgersson is really driving well. And I like the fact that we changed up the drivers. You know, we didn't just stick with Nilsson and Ward and, you know, potentially just like completely win the whole season again without having to try. Like, to me, personally, that is not fun. I like a challenge. And at the minute, it's really a challenge, and I always prefer that. So I'm glad we made that decision, and now I am definitely proud of how Holgersson is racing. Second question, how is it that Ettolini has allowed or mismanaged so badly the talent of 2 phenomenal drivers such as Nilsson and Ward? They're not running away with the championship. Do you see it as the feelings of the drivers, team, ownership, red state? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I think if we did have Nilsson and Ethan Ward, we would be tearing it up, especially Nilsson. Like, he would be getting quali poles like out the wazoo, not really getting challenged. But you know that it's part of the car, it's part of the driver, it's part of the team behind it. You know, it's partly the track as well. Last season, Nilsson had so many races with the rain that he thrives in that he got points that maybe he wouldn't be getting, and maybe that he's not getting this season because of that. So, and also don't forget, every race of this season so far has been won by a different driver. And they are the top 3 drivers here. Edward King, Ethan Ward and Anders Nilsson. So you've got to kind of keep that in mind as well. Like, it's not just one team competing. Even against us. It's Ettolini. It's the Verniers. It's LeBron. It's Knight. You know, it's more than just the one team. It's Wayland as well. Look at that. Edward King is leading the championship. So we've got to remember that as well. Okay. First question. First question indeed. Oh, I've got a comment. Literally got a comment just now. Just now. Okay. It says, I cringe whenever I see you use softs to start a race. It's rarely the right choice. Start on mediums and flex the softs late once you realise they would get to the end. Yeah, you're talking about strategy. This comment's about strategy and about Lovera in the last race. I did copy Nilsson's strategy and he ended up down in 5th from 1st on that strategy. Yeah, he did. That's true. Good comment. Good read. I tend to start on the softs because I'm fairly certain I got a comment saying, like, says he wants to win this race or something, starts on a hard tyre. And I was like, yeah, because I'm trying to stretch out and go for a 1-stop or something like that. And people are like, don't start on the hard tyre. Don't start on the medium tyre. Start on the soft tyre. Try and get positions at the start. And now I've got a comment saying, don't use softs at the start. I can't win. I don't know what the best strategy is, but you've got to keep trying all different ones until you figure it out. Okay. Next question. I wonder if the owner of Team Night will favour Bregman whatever happened. Yeah. I'm still trying to get George Bregman the title. I'm not giving up on it. I promise you. Promise you. Okay, question from Fast Kart Media. Night racing has come a long way from where it first began, with multiple drivers having had the privilege to race one of the team's cars. Bregman has been with Knight for about 4 seasons now, got beaten to the title Was it Bregman that convinced the owner not to sign Nielsen? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I just made that decision because I want to get Bregman the title. And if Nielsen is in the car and Ethan Ward, I don't think they're going to accept driver number 2, whereas Henny Holgersson will. I've got a team right now, not just the number 1 driver. I've got a team. And I think maybe next season, if all goes well and we get Bregman the title, we'll swap it. And Holgersson will be number 1, you know, and I'll make it fair. Second question, what is it your thoughts on Ethan Ward, and do we regret not signing him despite him dominating the F2 championship? Well, I don't regret it. He's obviously doing well, he's a good driver, but I don't regret it, so no. Last question from Adam. Race 5 is at a wet track, giving Nielsen the advantage. Is this next race make or break for George Bregman? You raise a good point. You raise a good point. Because we've got 3 wet races in a row before we have 3 potentially not wet races. So this is a chance for us to get points and a chance for George Bregman to get a lot of points. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be difficult. Now, we're going to have to swap around the parts here. So Bregman takes that part and that one. And now we want to build a part for Bregman's car. It's going to be the steering. Yes, it is. Wait, what? No, probably power. This track it looks a bit flatter. I don't know, actually, because usually the traits will tell you what the best is. But this looks like a power track. Let's be honest, it does. Which would mean engine or perhaps chassis. Braking and cornering, total speed, acceleration. The engine is still pretty strong, so I'm actually going to go for a chassis here for George Bregman. And it wasn't actually the best upgrade, was it? Not really. And we're going to give it a couple of upgrades, even if we might get sabotaged. Let's see. Wayland has put... Oh! No. Wayland has reported a stolen steering design. Ezzolini lose $15 and 10 points. They can't use the part anymore. Okay, brilliant. So we got our part sorted out. Kaito Kazuma parted a bit too hard and is hungover. So it's going to be Inters. It's a wet one, so Nielsen is probably going to run away with this one. Renata Pane, crew chief of Team LeBron. Bjorn Lohansen, driver of Team LeBron. They're all partying a little bit too much. Times 2 speed. And let me just make sure that you can see the track. Yes, you can. You can see, yeah, you can see the track and everything. All the information is there. Good, good. Oh, I've just clicked away. There we go. So, it's in the rain. Anders Nielsen will be looking good. Both drivers not focusing up is not the best start, is it? My word. Come on, guys. It's lap number 1. You've got to put in the best possible time you can before the track gets too wet. Fourth and 5th as things stand, but that will go lower. 5th and 6th because Nielsen put in a really bad last sector. 6th and 10th. Okay. We must focus on the steering. However, this is an engine track. But the steering, yeah, you know what? Let's focus on the engine first. Those aren't good numbers. That's better. That's better. That's better. That was an awful one. That was terrible. I feel so... George Bregman always gets the short end of the stick, doesn't he? Okay, we've got to do steering here because that's a big drop. .28 again, just not very good. I'm still thinking about that comment about softs versus mediums at the start. It's an interesting comment because There's multiple arguments to it. The first being, the more positions we can get at the start, the better. Can we do that on mediums, though? Probably. Wow, Holgerson's gone fastest. Nope, never mind, it's gone. Holgerson's gone faster than Bregman, even though Bregman's got the better car, but that's because Holgerson was in the zone. Jan Schaub has crashed, which is going to ruin the laps of a couple of other cars there. Oh, there we go. Oh, boom, that's better. That's better, look at that. Sponsor challenge is... Yeah, last lap on the Inter. Sponsor challenge is to golden tune the chassis. Well, I am trying to do that. Okay. Times 2 speed. Oh, we'll send him out anyway. The yellow flag period is freaking long. And it's a long lap. So they'll run around, they'll do their lap, and then they'll come in. And we'll actually have, like, empty track, which is good. So we're going to go for the chassis because that is the challenge. Bregman's come a long way. There we go. Brilliant. And now it is full wet. There's multiple arguments for what tyre to start with. If we start on the medium, it gives us more flexibility and strategy. If we start on the soft, we're obviously a little bit faster at the start, but have to pit early. But then again, you... Oh, red flag. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. And unfortunately, we can't even tune. Wow. So I would probably wager that this is how the cars are going to line up. Now we're going to be 3 and 7 because Holgerson put in a really good lap. Okay, we're going to leave it a bit and then go. Because look at that, they're all bunched up. If there's a yellow flag when you start on the softs, then you get a freebie pit stop anyway, and you're going for an undercut, and you're setting your strategy up. If you go on the medium, you do have more flexibility, so I have to accept that point. You do have more flexibility. You don't really want to start on the hard unless you're kind of in the middle of the pack, a bit further back, extend your pit stop, and do what we did with Lovera. You know, we went from 10th, we gained positions overall. I mean, look at Holgerson. He's caught up to the pack. Why is that happened? He was that much faster because they were all whatever. Okay. Steering it is. Steering it is. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That steering is much better than it was. Nielsen is on a 3001. We're almost at 3100 on Holgerson's car. Bregman's car is at 3.2. But he has just not put in a good lap yet. And also it's wet, so they are better anyway. Okay, let's go for it. Again, no one's focused up. Bregman, well, he's not going to be... I don't think he's going to be able to put in a better lap, is he? A 158.9 is okay. It's not bad. He might be able to improve it on his very last lap, but I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it, to be honest, because he's gonna absolutely, he has to focus up if he is gonna put in a better lap. Okay, we can get the steering tuned up, I reckon. Yeah, look at that. Well done. Well done, team. That wasn't bad either. We really kind of got shafted on a couple of the numbers at the start of the session, however. We started the first one with 20, which is terrible. Awful. Focus up, Bregman. He's not. He does have a bit of clear track, which is good. Even then, white sectors, I'm afraid. I suspect a 2.3, 2.7, 2.9. Yeah, look, okay, that's that then. Quali is complete. Holgersen starts in 3rd. Bregman starts in 7th. And that's probably about what we would have expected, to be honest. Knowing that there was rain, or, you know, when we learned that there was rain, I was not expecting pole position. But Holgersen on 3rd is very good. George Bregman needs to sort himself out. Okay, so we've got a bit of rain coming. How much? It starts on the inters? It starts on the inters. It dries out, and then it goes again. Okay, so we're going to start on the inters. We're going to try and get to a point where a pit stop is about here. And see what happens with the weather there. Because if it's going to get rainy all the way to the end, then we want to try and build up as much of a lead as possible on Anders Nilsson. Because he's going to fly. We're going to burn and push at the start. Annie. Buddy. It's not okay. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's to be expected, isn't it? Oh my goodness, guys. Holgersen drops to 9th. Bregman is in 7th. Make that 8th. Make that... What? They are just going backwards. They are just going backwards. Guys. What on earth? This is awful. This is terrible. Oh, why? Why? Okay, we're going to keep burning because I think we need to. But we're going to stop pushing. And I'm going to stop watching Bregman specifically. We are running 9th and 11th. 9th and 11th. As things stand. Bregman is struggling to get past Johansson. And Nilsson is 5 seconds up the road. That may just be the worst start we could have possibly had. Well done, Bregman. That's an overtake. He goes up to 8th. And Holgersen goes up to 10th. Well done. Okay, there's still a long way to go. Still a long way to go. We're going to keep burning until about lap 5. Bregman back down to 9th, then back up to 8th. But they can't focus. Okay, Bregman, keep going. We are still 8 and 10 at the minute. Nope, maybe 9 and 10, maybe 7 and 10. 9 and 10. Holgersen's in the zone. I've got to stop them fight. I've got to let Holgersen go. It's too detrimental. It's too detrimental. Bregman is not driving well for the team. Absolutely. Oh, this is terrible. What a bad start. What a bad start. Okay. Try and keep it positive. Bregman, the first pit stops are being made. Yellow flag. Into the pits we go. Straight away. Inters. Yes. Inters, yes. Okay. It's a freebie pit stop. So everyone who just pitted is actually losing time here because they are driving slower under the yellow flags. So we are now 7 and 10. We're out ahead of Jan Schaub. Okay, a couple of cars have gone onto the wets already. I'm going to tell us to push and burn here. We are 7 and 10 and we're on the comeback. Come on, we can do this. We've got to... We can do this. Get something back. Okay, Bregman can't focus. Bregman, can you ever focus? My dude. He is like breaking my spirit, breaking my support for him. Like I want it. I just want to support him. I want to make him world champion. He's making it so difficult. And the rain doesn't help. It wasn't meant to be a rainy weekend, but it has turned into it. Bregman, focus up, my dude. You've got you've slow pit stop for Ethan Ward. That's good for us. That's pretty good for us indeed. Although chasing him is not going to be easy. Okay, that's 5th because someone pitted for wets. Gruber pitted for wets. I don't know if wets now are going to go to the end. It's not full wets just yet. According to the numbers, it's not full wets just yet. I'm going to try and stretch this out, and I'm going to tell them to push while we do that. Bregman can't focus. Okay, last lap. Yeah, Bregman can't focus. I mean, that's becoming a regular thing, isn't it? Okay, now it's going to be pit for wets. Not quite. No, yes, I think it should be. Okay, and now these wet tyres should go to the end. If there's any yellow flags, they will. Whereas I don't know if the other teams, if their tyres will go to the end. I don't actually know. So Bregman will come out in 6th, which is progress, which is good. Holgersen, who remember started 3rd, has not had a good race weekend, or at least not a very good race day. Yellow flag. Ethan Ward. That's an Ed Solini pushing too much. Ed Solini gone. And that is a position, and that is valuable points in the Drivers' Championship. And our tyres, well, and to be fair, so will the other team's tyres. They are more likely to go to the end now. But we are running 5 and 8. Can't burn just yet, but I'm going to save up until we can. And then we are going to burn to the end. And if they focus up, they will push as well. No focus from Bregman. Bad focus from Holgersen. How are we looking? It is 0.7. Okay, so it's about 0.2 per lap. Hopefully a bit more. No burn, no push for Bregman. No push for Holgersen. How are we doing? 0.5. So it is about 0.2 per lap. So we will have 9 laps of full burn. Holgerson's in the zone. Here we go. There's the push. Let's go. 7th place could be yours. He has indeed cut the gap on DuPont in front. And cars are pitting. Holgerson can't focus. That's all right. Calm it down. And Bregman is 0.2 away. Holgerson 0.1 away. And Bregman is running in 4th. Gruber went for a pit stop. Johansson might pit stop. In fact, the cars in front of Bregman might pit stop. There is a chance to say they will. Okay, Bregman can push. Sorry, can burn. So can Holgerson. And give it a push. Go on, Holgerson. You lost a lot of time there to DuPont when we weren't pushing. Try and get it back. Bregman is having a much better end to this race, as is Holgerson, than he was at the beginning. But that start really was not good. It really put us back, unfortunately. Okay, calm it down, Holgerson. Bregman's got 7 seconds behind. Holgerson's in the zone again. Okay, there's a pit stop. We're in 3rd. But King has gone onto the inters. So we're currently sitting in 3rd. But are the cars in front going to pit? Or are they going to run to the end? I think they might run to the end. But it's hard to say. Because we're burning all the way to the end here. So we've got chances. And look at that. We've pulled out a gap. We've actually pulled out a gap. Go on, Holgerson. Push to the end. Bregman, push to the end. Let's go. There is a 2nd place on for Bregman here if he just puts in a good couple of laps. My tyres are giving out. Can I pit soon? No, you cannot. Just got to get to the end. Go on, Bregman. Go on, Bregman. This is where we're watching. He could do it. Go on, you could do it. Come on. He could do it. That's the 2nd place. That's the puncture. That's a puncture for Mendes. And that is 2nd place. Oh my goodness, that is drama. And of course, we were risking a puncture ourselves at the end there. Bregman has just shown up at the very end there. At the very end. That is the best possible result we could have got for George Bregman. Save for Anders Nilsson putting it in the wall, because he in the rain is just scary. Holgerson had a bad race. Strategically, we more or less ran the same strategy for both cars. Bregman just drove a bit better because Holgerson just got a terrible start. He went backwards. He partied too hard. Okay. 2nd place for George Bregman. Celebration, yes please. 24 points taken from that race. 25 for Ettolini, 24 for Vernier. What a race that was. We didn't finish 1st, so we don't get the $8 for it, but we've still got lots of money. And Bregman is in 8th. He's moved to 26 points. He is 53 points off Anders Nilsson. Holgerson is 33. We need some freaking good races from George Bregman. It's a DNF plus an injury, which means he has not scored points in 2 races out of the 4. That's why he is so far down. If you just doubled his points, he would be on 52. And with Ethan Ward. It still wouldn't be as close to Nilsson, but it would be 1 race away, so to speak. This is not going to be an easy season. I've been saying that from the beginning, but I'm not giving up. Our car will keep improving, and hopefully things will come together. Henny Holgerson partying. Stop partying. Yeah, right. Oh, lots of thoughts on that one. Lots of thoughts indeed. But the biggest thing is going to be the new steering that we put on Bregman's car next time out. You can see the numbers here. It's got to be steering. We've got the money to do so, and we will keep challenging as best we can. Thank you for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed. Leave your comments, leave your questions. Hopefully you guys approved of my strategy today. We got lucky. We went with the inters and said if there was a yellow flag, we would try and take it. We did. And then tried to push those wet tyres as much as we could. And ultimately we did. And we risked a puncture. We kind of did risk a puncture, but it paid off. Second place, guys. It paid off. Bregman showed he has still got some fight in him. Thank you for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed. Until next time.